Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Memecoins, and of course, NFTs. Made some nice NFT calls yesterday. Those Zoo Pepins are up a little bit. Today, we're going to discuss tariff revenue potentially creating some buy pressure on Bitcoin. We're talking about the meme coin market continuing to heat up as we saw another 8-figure runner overnight. And we're going to talk about whether or not Pump.Fun is a net good for the crypto and really for the society at large. GM, thanks for joining us. If you're listening in on YouTube, give us some comments. Give us a subscription. If you're listening on Twitter, shoot us a retweet. Give us a like. Give us a bookmark. Help us push through on that algo. I'm joined here today by Easy. Easy, how you feeling today?
I'm good, Ray. How are you?
I'm great. I'm feeling good. I'm well rested. It's great to see the meme coin market heating up. We're not getting absolutely nuked every other day on the majors. So, that's all good things to me.
Seems good. Feels good. Living better.
Yep. That being said, today's show is brought to you by our partners over at DYDX. Easy's been trading up a storm on DYDX. They just introduced Surge, $20 million leaderboard, 9 seasons. So essentially $20 million of rewards getting paid out monthly over 9 months. You can check more out on their Twitter page at DYDX. You can check out their leaderboard. They have linked as well on their post. As you can climb these ranks, earn a piece of this $20 million reward. Best ways to do it, trade on DYDX. Super simple. And if you're doing it as a retail trader via their official web or mobile app, you're going to get a little bit of bonus over those people doing it behind the scenes with APIs, those high-frequency traders running algorithms. You're going to have a little bit of an edge as a retail trader on DYDX. You can stake DYDX to a DYDX validator. You can trade in boosted markets, or you could be someone who played with it before, was in V3 or V4, early user of DYDX. If you come back, you're going to get a little bit of a bonus. That being said, Easy, how are we looking at our DYDX account? Are we stacking points over there? How's our balance looking? What's going on?
We're still long on
Fartcoin?
the Fartcoin. Haven't closed it yet.
Nice. So that's got to be up nicely, right?
It's up like $200.
Hey.
Not bad. They're up like 20% on it. Yeah, I mean, I wish I caught it up here. Probably would have been up another like 200-300. We've currently got 21,213 points on the leaderboard.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, we can take a look at the leaderboard here. Take a look at the leaderboard.
That's like almost top 100.
Yeah, I think we should be top 100.
Close. I think it's like top
very
100.
close. We're right outside the top 100. Right outside. I think we can get on there though.
Nice.
We are currently sitting at just above that. Where are we?
So there's our points. How well we rank on the DYDX leaderboard?
Yeah, so they have their search program. Basically, it's a monthly leaderboard that resets. $20 million of rewards in DYDX token over 9 separate months. So each month, we're going for 2.2 million in rewards.
Let's freaking go.
Yeah, so
let's freaking go.
Yeah, climbing that leaderboard as well as making money on this account, which is nice. Nice to see.
Yeah, I believe this is our account. Oh, found it. Yeah, we're like 140.
There we go. GM to all the YouTube commenters. Blake, Benny Flacco, Ellie, David Fowler, some kid. Love you joining us. Love you commenting. Thanks for joining us on a wonderful Tuesday here. Clemente, how you feeling today?
I had a fantastic morning, right? I slept like 8 hours yesterday, full night of sleep. I've had some trouble sleeping. I slept through the entire night, no wake ups, which was phenomenal, right? About 5 minutes before my alarm, which is really good. I had a little bit of a reflective morning, I would say, on just crypto and how to value certain things. What is it worth in the future? What is it worth now? And how much are we valuing things in the future? And then I saw your tweet about Wayfinder, and I'm like, dude, that thing is, I mean, what is going on over there? Like, how is this product worth? What's the market cap of this thing? $300 million? Like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah, so I went on this morning and there's a suggested button, which is find USD yield or whatever. So I click that and then I picked the top option, which is 12% yield on Convex. And then I had it ask, I said, okay, put $100 into this. And then it spat this out at me essentially. Yeah, saying swap 0.03676 ETH worth $100 USDC and push it over. I'm like, wait a second here, that doesn't add up. like quoting an ETH price of almost $2,800 right now.
How are we supposed to trust this thing?
Yeah, that's my concern. Like,
it's baloney. Like, dude, what it and then my further conversation was like, I sold or I unstaked all of my Kaido because I've been using Kaido. The pre-TGE, this mindshare leaderboard means nothing. Wayfinder was at the top of this thing for how long was dominating mindshare, but this thing is not good. It gives you zero value. The mindshare metric means nothing in Kaido anymore because it's just incentivized slop being promoted. How many people were just promoting and shilling Ohm because they were trying to rank on that leaderboard? And it's partially my fault. Like, I've been saying Kaido is a good opportunity. I still think it is. But like most of the stuff it promotes, the behavior it promotes is just trash, like mindless talking about random bullshit you have no interest in.
Well, what they've done is they systematized the airdrop like meta thing. Remember, like when you had like Portal Coin and things where people were like rating the timeline to earn points for these things? It basically has systematized that. And it's created a platform that basically aggregates everything that you want to farm in one place. So as farmers, it's attractive to go to one place and figure out what you want to do. As companies, like they're saying, oh, like Kaido has this great mindshare board where like it gives us all this data. And look, hey, look, we can show our bosses, look where we ranked this month on the mindshare board of Kaido. Like this is where we can get to. And like, I guess you get some sort of like incentive to do that. But like once these things launch and like the product comes out, like it disappears. Like the incentive disappears, then the mindshare disappears. And I think that there isn't enough vetting as well. Like what you said with Mantra, like it's very hard to look at that platform now and have as much faith in it as I did 1 month, 2 months ago. It just seems like there's some issues that like very much so need to be resolved. Maybe they have good bones there right now in terms of like the infrastructure behind it, but I think there needs to be tweaks made to have it be more realistic, safe from scams, etc. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, W laid it out well. It's like everyone can get paid for quote unquote KOL shills now, but it just decreases the quality of it because it's just, I mean, I'm not saying the KOL shills were good to begin with, but yeah, it's pretty gnarly. It is, it's no bueno, but you know, they're at least trying to do something. But I was like pretty bullish on Kaido. I bought their token. You want to talk about a bad buy? I bought their token at $1.30. It's at 74 cents now. Just yikes. And I unstaked it. It's like, you got to wait 7 days to unstake it. So, you know, you can't win them all.
That's a tough one. I'm not convinced that they go to zero. I think they might bounce back. I think it's going to take some adjustment, or like in general, like the market growing, like market growth and like rampant amounts of new products. They want to get on this, earn revenue, send token, even if it may or may not be valuable to like your end consumer, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And we had, what else did we have? Oh yeah, we had this new Ethereum Foundation guy stepping in. I was reading about that this morning. But anyways, you know, that was just stuff I was up to this morning, right? I mean, very productive. I'm ready to maximize shareholder value today. So I'm feeling real good.
Let's go. Me too. Well, why don't we start maximizing that value with a little weather report action, then we can kick into the meat and
absolutely. 1 second. My headphone got disconnected, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all good. I'm going to address Infamous. Thank you. I'm going to be working on this throughout the show. Let me know if I continue to do this. It's something I don't enjoy doing, and I'll try to stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday, April 15th. Looking over at the crypto roundup. The majors chopped on the day. We got Bitcoin just under 86K. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ethereum above 1,600 and Solana at 132. Over the past 24 hours, it was a busy day in DC. As the Trump administration mentioned buying Bitcoin via revaluing gold notes and or using tariff revenue to do so. They're pumping our bags, folks. They're trying to buy all the Bitcoin in the world. We had Trump's economic advisor, Kevin Hassett, denying White House insider trading amid tariff timing scrutiny. Kevin, you're smoking crack. There was some insider trading. We all can see it. Stop denying it. Pretty insane. Next up, we had some more ETF news as Solana ETFs will begin trading in Canada today. Ole, ole, ole. What do they say? Canada, maple syrup. It wasn't all good enough news, though, as the SEC delayed their decision to allow staking for Grayscale's Ethereum ETF. Yikes. Ethereum can't catch a break, folks. Those guys are down bad. Hate to be one. Finally, it was a busy day for crypto exchanges. Kraken launching commission-free trading of equities in the United States. Easy is quivering in his boots right now after he's bought multiple millions of dollars worth of Robinhood stock. They're competing with Kraken now.
I love this.
Coinbase also made a splash. They announced that they have become the official crypto partner of the WNBA. So the four viewers of the WNBA are going to now get Coinbase down their throats, unless they're watching Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese. And Angel Reese missed countless shots. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report, as always, Clemente, especially the Olays coming from Canada there.
I forget what sound do Canadians make?
They say hey. They say sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, mate. Oh, wait, no, that's
yeah, no, you got a little Australian now.
Let's play hockey. What are they?
What is going on right now?
Canada. Oh, Canada. That's what it is. Canada, Sorry. And what does the people from Toronto do? They're like easy. What do the Toronto people say?
Wagwan.
Wagwan. There we go. And Derek D is saying I've never met a Canadian. I know several Canadians. I went to a Canadian wedding last summer. It was really fun. I do. Anyways, a boot. That's another one.
Okay, we're gonna move on. So we saw some chatter on the timeline over Pump.Fun. Vitalik released a
Clemente's take is dog water.
Yeah, we'll get there. Released a blog post where he talked about privacy. He also had a post on Twitter where he said that bad in different ways, and he listed Terra, Luna, FTX, and Pump.Fun all as bad. Jesse Pollock from Base said strongly disagreed with Vitalik that Pump is bad. Pump is a nascent form of content moving on chain, thereby letting it be valued and creating real value that can flow to creators and curators who can identify content value early. There's absolutely things around Pump that are bad, people manipulating markets, etc. But I think it's actively harmful to denigrate Pump itself. On-chain creativity is good, and Pump has been pioneering. Thank you, Elon and the team, for the leadership. Clemente had some interesting takes about the Pump.Fun is extractive narrative, and talking about what that kind of looks like. Clemente, I'd love to hear your take on whether Pump.Fun is good or not, and whether or not it is extractive or not.
Extractive is not extractive. They have Pump.Fun has a model with revenue just like anybody else. They're crushing it so much to the point that they are making hundreds of millions of dollars. Sure, it's in Solana, but I don't know what else it would be in. Everyone is the whole model of crypto is people trading crypto are being extractive themselves. So I don't they're just doing it so well to the point that people are like, oh my God, it's bad for Solana or whatever it is. The argument of whether or not it's good for crypto is a little bit different. I like the whole trenching argument of yo, you gotta, if you want to change your life, you gotta spend 18 hours on your computer on scanning and looking for the next runner and checking wallets and the internet capital markets that was shoved down our throats for a lot of the Q4 of last year was complete bullshit. I think a lot of people have developed a gambling addiction from trading meme coins and from this because it's so easily manipulable. If you buy, how much thousands of dollars worth do you need to buy to push something from a 10K market cap to $500,000? It's not that much. So it's really manipulable or yeah. But I think a lot of innovation has kind of manipulable.
Prone to manipulation.
I think a lot of innovation. I don't even know if it's innovation. All I know is if I was in we had a lot of people, thousands of people spending 16 hours a day trading meme coins, trying to change their life. when in reality they built zero new skills. They like screwed up their attention span. They lived a terrible, unhealthy lifestyle, and it kind of screwed a bunch of people up. I myself, Ray, traded meme coins like aggressively for like 2 weeks. On weekends, I was spending all day trading. I was like back in November, and that like fucked me up. Like I did it for like 2 weeks. I couldn't eat lunch. I couldn't eat any of my meals. I had my laptop up. I was scanning. I couldn't like hang out with people because I always felt like I was missing out on making money. When I made money, it was weird to feel like, dude, I just made, $2,000 in 20 minutes from doing absolutely nothing of like quote unquote value. That screwed me up. And I'm like, dude, okay, I did that for 2 weeks and I came out of it needing like a serious detox, and I couldn't do any like meaningful work after that for a little bit. Imagine people that have been doing this for 12 months and have just been grinding the trenches. Like, dude, that is gnarly. So that is it good for crypto? It's like Pump.Fun is just a digital casino, right? Like you can make the same argument as like, is DraftKings good for society? Are casinos good for society? We've always been gambling, and this is just like an efficient way of doing it. Easy, I saw talk about like how we're spending more time online, and this is kind of where we're trending to, which I also agree with.
Yeah, I'd love to hear your take, Easy.
I think Clemente's a fucking idiot. Like, simply put, I don't know, dude. You can say like, I don't think your take was that bad. Like, it's more, in my opinion, that when you look at this stuff, inevitably there is a market for this type of action. Correct? Like, there is casinos there, dude. Look at the volume for DraftKings. Nobody calls DraftKings extractive. Nobody's sitting there like, go ahead.
Well, I'm not saying Pump.Fun is. I'm not saying it's extractive.
But even then, people aren't saying it's detrimental to society, which a lot of people are pushing this narrative.
I think a lot of people say that gambling isn't great.
It's certainly not great, but it's also something that's been happening far longer than the average human being has been on the planet. You know what I mean? Like, inevitably, there's going to be situations where people, one, want to gamble, two, have an avenue to make money. Like, that's what I look at, and that's my big thing here is like, maybe it's just because I like the trenches, like maybe that is my own issue.
I like them too. I like them too. I'm not saying it's like, I think it was inevitably going to trend this way. I'm not saying it's neither good nor like the good or bad. I think it was inevitable. We're trending like we're going to swing so aggressively, and I think post like it got so extreme and so much of a pump and dump Easy that I think the quote unquote trenches have gotten a lot better since
the trenches are miles better than February.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking astronomically better. They're slower runners, more organic price action. If you follow some of these big traders, like they're getting absolutely wrecked. That's kind of the thing. But like I look at Pump.Fun as like a net positive, in my opinion. It's created an opportunity for people to try new things and spin up ideas and try to push something in from a community standpoint easier than ever before. Before you had to hire a dev. You had to pay thousands of dollars for them to launch a token properly and take some action. Now it's like the action's in your hands to go and make a move. You know what I mean? Like anybody can do it. The thing is, and I'm seeing these comments, people are like, yes, they do say DraftKings is bad. They do say gambling is bad. Sure. But people also say cereal is bad. People also say whole milk is bad. We still fucking do it.
No, we can't. You can't compare cereal to gambling.
I can. And I will. Absolutely will. So hear me out. You watching this, one sec. You, as the audience member, you have the action to take the cereal off the shelf, pour it into your fucking bowl, and eat it. Right? Tell me I'm wrong here. You have the action to go and put your hard-earned money into the pocket of General Mills to buy the cereal and make that poor choice. Pump.Fun, you have the action to step up and click the button to buy the fucking coin. You don't have to take this fucking action at all. That's the difference. It enables an avenue for you to go and take action in a much easier way. So therefore, Pump.Fun, if anything, is EV positive to a technical standpoint than EV positive from a societal standpoint, because it has opened up easier access. Dude, you could make the same argument for the internet. Look at what we're seeing here. Like, more people spend more time online than ever before. It's led to less children being born. It's led to dopamine receptors to be absolutely fried. It's led to less productive socially for basically the entire world. That's it. Someone said cereal doesn't have rugs or insiders. No, but it has carcinogens and forever chemicals. So take your fucking pick. All right?
Also, did you see live streaming's back? At least we have some more wholesome stuff on live streaming than we did before. We got Pump playing chess. I checked this before. There's nothing like crazy in terms of like weird stuff going on. But apparently Pump live streaming is back.
It's back. It's back with a passion. Yeah, I think what Easy's saying is true. I think what I think there's there's still opportunities to be made. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you think about meme coins back literally a year and a half ago, or less even, there was so much bullshit like meme coins spun up. I'll throw an example out there. Mumu the Bull. What the fuck is Mumu the Bull? That thing ran to $100 million.
It's on Easy's to buy list.
Dude, Mumu the Bull is the biggest load of fabricated bullshit I have ever seen in my life. Mumu the Bull.
Is it part of the Pepe lore?
No, there's no fucking.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? $200 million.
Pepe is the frog on ETH. Mumu's the bull mascot of the bull market.
Like, what? You're telling me this thing ran to 200 million, and it's because of that friction to launch these. This thing wasn't a Pump.Fun meme coin,
No.
right? Okay, cool.
It wasn't friction though. This is just summer of.
But it was friction because nobody could go and launch it. This token needed to end up having a quote a team, a marketing establishment.
There's nothing against the Mumu team, like, and it's a bullshit, just like every other meme coin. By the way,
They did airdrop Odoggos though and gave them thousands of dollars. So shout out Mumu.
hey, never mind, Mumu. I was unfamiliar with your game. I'm strictly talking about the meme, by the way.
Clemente, if it's not like a trending on Twitter meme, it's garbage to Clemente. He's like, this wasn't on TikTok, garbage. This thing wasn't on my Twitter, garbage. MLG,
Mumu, I retract. I mean, MLG.
Brett, garbage.
Brett is garbage.
Brett is garbage. We can all
like, dude, what are we talking about with Brett? How is this thing at 373?
This thing got to 2 billion.
Dude, Luke Belmar's like the biggest shill of this, if you know who that is.
Yeah, he's the Jack Daniels guy, or what was it? Black Label.
Johnny Walker, Black Label, Tristan Tate in the War Room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not. Anyways,
by Chill Guy getting that high.
Chill Guy was a viral meme. Chill Guy was the most.
Chill Guy was good though.
Dude, Chill Guy was
$540 million versus.
I should have gone higher,
Guy.
Bro. Chill Guy. Chill Guy is. I might buy this. This is one of the better memes that I saw in last year. Like, this one makes complete sense. Moodang makes complete sense to me.
What does makes complete sense mean? Like, you're just talking about like attention tokenized in different ways. Like, does it have to be a Twitter no, Chill Guy isn't coming back.
I know what you're saying.
Like, it's not going to take over like and become viral again. These things are just capitalizing on viral moments. Another one, Andy on ETH. Here's another one of those Pepe derivatives that ran.
Absolute horseshit.
What is this? This is just like
350 on Andy. Just another Pepe derivative.
Yeah, it got bound to saying like it made me laugh. Like, I think to where I'm like, oh, I resonate with this meme. I mean, Retardio. I mean, we're just going through Christmas tree charts for the rest of the show. So we're looking at Harambe makes sense. Harambe, I'm like, okay, that's it. That's a moment in history. If there was a Cash Me Outside, how about that token 10 years ago? I would have bought the shit out of that.
I don't even know which Harambe is the Harambe. It's like the ETH one, right?
All right, the commenters are saying I'm just spewing nonsense. All right,
It's crazy
I'm
they're saying that after my serial Pump.Fun comparison. And they're telling you you're spewing nonsense.
We've spewed absolute nonsense this morning, folks.
And honestly, this is why Antarctica is a hidden lab for aliens.
I saw that there are aliens turning people to stone. Do we have a meme coin on that?
1946.
Do we have a meme coin on that? I was a couple days late on that. This is the runner of the day. Memecoin. The meme coin, just called Memecoin, has ran to 10.2 million after launching 2 days ago, up 213%. Their banner says one meme coin equals one meme coin, and that's about the extent I know about this. This sort of thing tells me that there's volume coming into the trenches. And it's time to start like getting back into it and like at least having BullX open to look for runners. Easy, you shared your filters on X yesterday. Has that worked out pretty well in terms of identifying things? Like, what can you walk us through, like what you're doing there to see if like anyone listening can get some value?
Yeah, I mean, we traded this morning on my stream because I just didn't feel like talking about the market. We hit Mooncoin. You can see my buys and sells on this. Let's turn off track wallets. So I bought here, lost money here. Bought here, lost money here. Bought here, made money on across everything. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it was a profitable morning. Made like
hold on. Can we go back to that, please?
Yeah.
Invested 29 soul, sold 33 soul.
I just hammered 10 soul buys now. I'm like completely dead to the price of Solana. You should, if you watched the stream this morning, it was just me being like, don't double dip, hammer a buy. Don't double dip, hammer a sell, buy. But I like these filters because like you can actually see there's nothing with volume on about to graduate. I've adjusted them slightly to drop volume down a little bit so we can get some traction. Market cap minimum's 20K because graduation's right around 50. So we're trying to catch some things that are like moving on that. I put no filters on new creations because I just want to see if like there's a hit or like something that like all of a sudden pops up with like 4 or 5 tickers of the same exact thing. I'm like, that's interesting. I caught this Lumos thing this morning, made 3.4 soul, just purely off the volume. So like I ended up selling the high wick here, bought here, just watching volume on this. This thing launched this morning, furification, 2 mil out the gate, launched at 7 a.m., 2 hours. The thing is, these bother me and I don't like buying them because all it is fur logos with grok.
Yeah, you're just
betting. Kanal Bagari, member of Super Team, posted the Solana one.
There's a coin there's a coin for furification.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Kia.
Yeah, that's what I make my significant others go through.
Yeah. Yeah. I normally add an extra R and a Y at the end to really feel something. But I don't know. The trenches like helped me kind of see some stuff here. And you could have probably made the assumption that a Grok AI coin would start to run because Drawify Me, which is at Grok Draw Me. These names fucking suck. But Furification ran because it was a Grok version of Ghibli, or Ghibli, whatever it is, and everyone went crazy. So I don't know. It's helped me catch some things. Some stuff just ends up sitting though, like 90s baby. That sounds fucking terrible. This is art. Now this is very interesting. Very interesting.
All right, we're just looking at 20K shitter.
Yep, very interesting.
Is this what you've been doing? Is this what you've been doing?
6.6 million views on Twitter, Clemente. That's a pretty damn viral post.
A single post.
This is art.
Are people like that's fire? Because it kind of is.
Clemente bought.
Don't say it on the show. I don't want to pump it. I don't want this to go up because of the because this is good. This is good.
He goes, what is this shit? And then I see his buy pop up.
Wait. You wanted to light me up for sharing a 20K market cap ticker on a viral post on social media because the filters worked. I just want to make sure we're getting to the bottom of this.
No, I'm what I didn't like was the fact that it was 20K and I didn't see what this was. I don't like presenting it.
That's the benefit.
I don't like present. No, I like your filters. I have the same thing as popped up on my filters.
Like, dude, look at this filter. Grok Tard. Grok retard logo. Kind of fire.
So how we doing here? We got Clemente, we got Ray, we got Mr. Robinhood. How we doing?
Good, dude. Robinhood's up nicely pre-market.
All right, so here's the deal, easy. $1,000 wager. You and me, grown man wager, $1,000 wager. performance of Robinhood against MicroStrategy percentage basis from here. Okay.
This moment.
From this moment, side bet kicker.
Okay.
If Robinhood announces any sort of Bitcoin treasury strategy at all, it doesn't have to be convertible notes, just we're implementing a Bitcoin strategy and we're holding it in the next 5 years, you owe me an extra $100.
It's a 5-year bet.
It's a 5-year bet.
Yeah, I'm game.
All right.
Game, sure.
Shake. All right.
Say the bet one more
4:15,
time.
4:15, 20:30, 9:35 a.m. We'll circle back on this. Robinhood will outpace MicroStrategy on a purely percentage basis over 5 years if they implement a Bitcoin strategy in which they hold any Bitcoin on the balance sheet at all. Doesn't matter how, but
they probably hold some now because of the whole crypto thing.
But if they count it towards their revenue, like a Bitcoin strategy for the business, not the crypto arm, then yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
that's just gonna happen, like to every company.
Oh, Ray!
Then Peel will only owe me $900.
Look at Ray!
It's gonna happen for every company.
So easy. Your only hope in this bet, is that they implement a Bitcoin treasury strategy, and I think you actually have a really good chance that they will.
I just think their revenue is so undervalued right now for the new product lines. Like when I went through the Q4 earnings report, I was like, "Holy shit, this thing is so undervalued for what they're bringing in."
Yeah. Well, look, I used to work there. I think it's a great company. I use it every day. You've inspired me. I'm going to plow. I'm going to buy like 100 shares, today or something. And whatever. And I'm going to mass some. I have this stupid put that's just chilling that I'm just fucking, I sold a put, dude, like the tariff stuff, with my put strategy basically just paused it. It just made it there. Basically the tariff stuff was like, so check it out, P. You can't generate yield for like a month and a half, but then like pretty soon you can, but for a month and a half you can't. But here's easy. Let me just give you this quick math and then we can move on from this. In 5 years, strategy is going to have like 800,000 Bitcoin probably, because they're at like 560,000 Bitcoin, right? So call it like 800,000 conservative estimate. It might be more. And then Bitcoin's going to cost how much in 5 years? Easy. How much? One more cycle.
400K.
Sure. You said it, not me. 400K. And then it's still going to trade at a multiple, and the multiple goes up over time. So let's just call it a conservative 2.5 multiple, because it already like trades that much. That's the market cap that you're competing against right there. So 400K, 400K Bitcoin times 800K Bitcoins times 2.5. Robinhood has to outpace that growth.
I think it will.
Well, holy shit, we're both gonna be rich then. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's my thesis. Is like, regardless of who wins or loses this bet, $1,000 is going to literally be a drop in a lake. Like, It's not like, my thesis isn't that MicroStrategy doesn't go up. It's just that when I look over Robinhood's financials, I sit there and I'm just like, why have I not been allocated to this since ICO? I'd even be down on the price. Like, I wish I had more shares than I do, and I'm selling puts on it and selling calls like pretty aggressively on it. Like, I have 1,000 shares already.
I was over under 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares is like
it's like 1,006 right now. So I'm like, I just broke 1,000 yesterday, so I can sell 10 options on it, which I'm fine. And I'm mostly selling. I'm selling both sides, so I'm selling puts and calls out of the money. So regardless if one settles and the other doesn't, I'm still able to like hold the assets, which is like the main goal there. Yeah, I don't know. I look at what they have, and the gambling stuff with prediction markets is where I'm like,
you love that. That was the thing that set you over the edge.
That's what made me click, was like, oh shit. Because dude, I looked at the fees. They charge more in fees for the predictions market than DraftKings and FanDuel for bets. And the volume on it is stupid.
Yeah, they just have like turbo normies gambling on their fucking platform.
Yeah. So I'm like, and then like you can gamble on everything. Like they had record volume Sunday for the Masters for their predictions market. Record volume. So I was like, okay. So this is gonna fucking work. Because now it opens up 7-day-a-week revenue generation.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. Well, and then the other thing is that just remember, like, when I was 18 or 19 or 20, if I just bought stocks of things that I used every day, like if I bought Amazon stock because I used Amazon to order things, if I bought Microsoft stock because I was using Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint in school, if I bought Facebook stock because everybody had a Facebook, if I bought, there's so many more names that we can kind of go through, it would have worked out incredibly well. I use Robinhood every day. It's my preferred traditional finance platform. I ported my traditional IRA and Roth IRA from Fidelity to Robinhood because they had a 3%. They have a 3% match.
Yeah,
so
through the end of the month. So I'm like, I just got to figure out that process. It should be pretty easy. I also like this question by eBrink. What if they get in trouble for unlicensed gambling? They're partnered with Kalshi, who's already won the lawsuit to be an above board predictions market in the US. So they're already above that. And I mean, dude, if I need $2,000 in cash, Robinhood will deliver it to my door. Like, that's fucking sick. Do I need it? No.
I don't get that one.
Neither do I. I think that's the funniest thing is I saw the announcement and they'll just do door-to-door delivery for cash in certain cities. Miami, New York, LA. I'm like, that kind of seems sketchy.
Dude, I did that in Argentina with
dropped off by a stranger.
I had that in Argentina. I paid this guy USDT and he pulls up like an hour later with just this fat envelope of, because there's Argentinian, you need so many bills to pay for stuff. And he just comes up and he this fat envelope and he on top of it, he's like, hey, you want Goyak? And he gives me a lollipop too. And I'm like, hey, thanks, dog.
Like a bank teller.
That's pretty funny. So someone in the audience said that Coinbase was going to outpace both Robinhood and MicroStrategy. Is the most preposterous take I've ever heard. Unless, sorry, no sensei. I like you, no sensei. Oh, Discourse too. Wow, we got 2 people out to lunch on Coinbase. And by the way, I have a bunch of Coinbase and I've had it for years at this point. If they don't adopt a Bitcoin Treasury strategy, no shot.
So
None.
market caps: Robinhood right around 40, Coinbase at 45, MicroStrategy over 80.
Yep.
So
makes
Coinbase
sense.
Yeah, so like basically MicroStrategy is double the size of the other two already.
Should be.
If you have companies that are already in the TradFi world who know how to implement financial products, and if a Bitcoin financial product seems to be something that is going to work in the future, I feel like either one could be a very realistic competitor to MicroStrategies, even though MicroStrategies has the capital lead, if that makes sense, because they have the technological lead, I suppose, in the infrastructure they already have in place, as well as the user base they have in place.
The lead that that MicroStrategy has, which basically makes it a monopoly and gives it a moat, but then we'll just move on after this, is that it has more Bitcoin than anyone else will ever be able to. And they're now years ahead in developing these securities like Strike, Strife, and MicroStrategy common stock that are tapping into massive pools of capital from TradFi before anybody else and just beating out everybody in those pools of capital. And I know nobody, like including TradFi people, aren't paying enough attention to it, don't understand it. Crypto people don't understand it because they don't want to pay attention to TradFi at all under any circumstances. Ask British Hodl if that's the case. But yeah, because of that, that's the moat and the lead where you're basically buying a literal monopoly with MicroStrategy. I think you're thinking about it from the pure product development standpoint, Ray, for a TradFi company to be able to offer a service or a product because they're like, in the game already, but they don't have the Bitcoin in the same way.
My thought process and my mental model is that in the future, if Bitcoin is going to be going to these levels, everyone's going to be holding a certain amount of Bitcoin and probably holding a significant portion. Being able to do creative things with it is going to be important. Yes, MicroStrategies has ways to raise more Bitcoin, but they don't have the current market to sell it to retail investors. They don't have the experience doing that. They have these institutional products, but there could be a bigger piece of the pie available for retail. Clemente, your hands up.
Is Coinbase the only crypto exchange, a public listed crypto exchange?
The only publicly traded companies that are crypto related at all are Coinbase and MicroStrategy. And then tangentially, you have the Robinhoods of the world. You have Tesla, who holds a bunch of Bitcoin. You now have GameStop. Actually, GameStop's the third Bitcoin, the only other Bitcoin treasury company at this point. So you have GameStop. And then you're going to have Circle, USDC Circle. You're going to have Kraken. You're going to have Gemini. All of them are, I think, going to IPO. That's it.
Kraken IPOing would be potentially bearish for Coinbase.
Sure, maybe. And but that maybe. And then last but not least, you have all the Bitcoin miners. I forgot to mention that, the Bitcoin mining companies. And then you have Mara, for example, in Bitcoin mining. That's now a Bitcoin treasury company. But I don't know. I'm not experienced and don't know enough about Bitcoin mining companies, like the economics of it, the financials of it, to invest any significant amount. The only successful investment trade I've ever had with Bitcoin mining was Iron, and I only bought it because Michael's what's his name? Mike Alfred was on the board, so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll buy this guy's thing, and it did like 3 or 4x, but then it just came back down. So I was like, I don't think this is like for me.
The MicroStrategy of Solana is continuing to do well, easy, up to $64.60 on JNVR.
I sent this to you guys first. You remember that the day it came out, I saw this shit. I sent it to you. Don't get it twisted. Janover.
Looks good. Me and Nick ate the shit out of it that first day when it got halted.
I mean, interesting. It's
definitely not a great move. We were down immediately like 30%.
Yeah, it was like right here, I think, on last Thursday.
Yeah, we just bought the top. Looks good now.
Yeah.
What's the market cap?
Market cap 93 mil.
Well, that's a good market cap.
Yeah. It's like
93 mil?
I was calling it a meme coin and Nick yelled at me. I was like, it's kind of like a meme coin.
Should we just plow money into this thing?
Probably.
This is going to a Billy.
I mean, you know what? It's really what it actually is good for is it's just good for Solana is what it's good for. The winner is Solana, because who knows what happens with fucking Janover. Like I don't know what's going to happen with Janover, but I know if someone's just convincing a bunch of people with money to give them money to buy Solana, that's good for Solana.
They're staking it too. So they're basically saying that they buy Solana, they stake it, and they earn that yield, generating revenue. MicroStrategy is not generating revenue through their Bitcoin.
I love it. I think Janover kicks ass, man. It's the
look, Pia. They have the same phrasing as like MicroStrategy does for their Solana buys. They're like 80. We purchased 80,567 Solana. And it's the same wording as the MicroStrategy one.
I can't tell if they're dead serious. You know what? You would actually stop me from buying it on that first day when I saw it, and I sent it to you guys. The only thing that stopped me is that the guy that's doing it, the guy that's like, what's he from? X what? Where's he from? The guy that's doing Janover. I forget where. X Kraken. The guy from X Kraken called it a project, and I was like, what? Like, this is a public
concern.
Yeah. So that was why I got weirded out. I was like, dude, I can't have some crypto ass guy calling a publicly traded company a project and investing it. I just like can't do, like, these crypto people's brains are so fucked. I just can't do it. So
oh man, that's pretty funny.
So anyway,
I have a comment here coming in. Pio, Nick bought into the new Bitcoin. Pio, how worried are you about Bitcoin taking over Bitcoin? And Easy, how you looking here? What's your strategy on Bitcoin currently? Are you still holding?
No, I've been selling my Bitcoin again just because yesterday me and Nick spent.
I literally called this. I literally said this would happen. Pio Easy was like, no, I'm not selling. I'm not selling my Bitcoin.
Well, so let me add context. I put 3.2 ETH back in yesterday.
I can't believe we're talking about this, Ray. Bitcoin is
so me and Nick, by the way, after our call yesterday as a team at 1 to 2, me and Nick stayed on for an hour and a half after the call.
What were you guys talking? I need to know, like, what magic?
Dude, a whole bunch of shit, to be honest. We talked the whole, like, everything. We talked AI. We talked the app for
what?
like.
You guys always talking about AI. Like,
we're just talking about like workflow stuff with it, like how to actually use certain things to like increase and try different shit, and like how to take the app into a beta setting and try new shit with like different programs with it.
All right, that makes like Nick just talking about how Nick was trying to tell me that in 5 years, so same as our Robinhood bet, 5 years, right? Which is not a long time. In 5 years, I was going to have a humanoid robot made living in my house. Is what he was trying to tell me. That's how fast we're going. That 5 years from today, there's going to be a literal humanoid robot walking around on 2 legs behind me. And I'm not even saying that that's not going to happen in 10 years, but I was like, bro, 5 years, dude? Like this company's almost existed for 5 years. A humanoid robot living in my house because it's going to be like $1,000. I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about that.
I'm going to pop in one morning and the robot's going to be sitting in the chair and be like, yeah, Pio told me to take the podcast today. I got this. And it starts showing me MicroStrategy.
We were talking about a bunch
of
of stuff.
Pio's convertible note strategy for the week. Here's his put calls. We've optimized the patterns here.
E-brake, like, dude, if I buy a robo vacuum right now, the thing's kind of a piece of shit. I had one. I got rid of it. Those things are not good.
No, there's a little robot delivery guy in my little delivery thing in Miami. That thing is trash.
Well, those are interesting because I mean, the robot delivery things in Miami are just flopping around Miami by themselves. That's kind of interesting, and they like get out of your way and shit.
They're
but like
so slow.
A humanoid robot being in the room is something else. Easy. I'm not surprised that you got in early to Bigcoin and that you did well with it. I'm also not surprised that Nick bought into it later. Nick is very interested in buying into things like that. I just like, unless I'm in extremely early, I can't with that shit. I can't use
We crunched numbers yesterday to figure out like the opportune thing to buy. What's the best yield? We have a whole spreadsheet we made on the call in like 15 minutes.
Anything but selling covered calls on MicroStrategy. Just
anything.
Anything.
But the main thing was this thing launched yesterday and was 30 big cheaper. So like $210 cheaper. They've increased the price. So that's why me and him both just maxed out as much as we could. Like just maxed out. Like we just went hard on this thing. The token's back above $7. So I'm like, yeah, that feels pretty good. Like we'll see what happens with it.
I said this yesterday. These are the most fun things you could do.
Yeah. Well, dude, they got MicroStrategy bonds in here now.
There's something about
the human condition, Michael Baylor.
earning passive income and watching number go up over time and being able to boost that just like triggers dopamine.
Just wait till they start selling equity. Michael Baylor in here. MicroStrategy, baby. Invest in their bonds to earn yield backed by their operations.
To be clear, I do like it and think it's wicked funny. So I want to make sure that you understand, like, I appreciate the guys doing it, and I think it's wicked funny. I don't think it's necessary for it to exist in the world, and I know it's going to go to zero, but I think it's
yeah.
Excuse me.
It's going to zero. It's absolutely will. It's more just like how much of the juice can you pull from the fruit in this case is like kind of the thing. And I think there's still more juice. I think there's still more fruit on the tree. Like that's the thesis. It's why I was like comfortable throwing some cash back in at the lows. I think I got in at like 6 yesterday for it now to be sitting at 709. So not bad. Like we bought in right around here yesterday.
So what is going on with you over there? So you're dumping money into miners, you're buying, you're selling. Like what are you doing right now? Like what is your you're just selling yield right now?
Yeah, I'm only doing like once a day. I'm like taking my time. I'm earning $3,500 a day right now on this, which is like absurd. And I thought this would basically stop after like that massive run up on the chart. So you can even see like 526. We had this huge run up and I was like, oh shit, this is fucking, it's dead. And then it went all the way down here. And then I saw it like stabilize here. So I was like, okay, if this thing doesn't just immediately go to zero, there might be something on the table, which is where I got interested.
Go back to your miner screen. So you're earning $7 every time you tick up one big there at the bottom of the screen, which is happening like every 3 minutes. It's pretty wild.
Did you get in on this on the first day?
First day at $1.40.
And so let's say someone put $1,000 in at $1.40 on that first day. What did that turn into? Quite a bit.
You made 5 figures plus. If you ported the whole thing into the game, you would have easily cleared 5 figures and still be making a couple grand.
Is this directionally like what Beanie would normally do, like with Wolf Game and all that shit?
To a T. Like spot on to a T. Like full white paper for this. The founder's actually like pretty active on social media, which I like. I'm like, oh, he's like leaning into the game and they're dropping, like he just keeps saying big things coming. So yeah, he's like, he leans into it. And then like they drop like this miner's limited time and price increases. Michael Baylor promises to cover diesel prices for a limited time as he prepares for MicroStrategy. So there's like speed to it. There's like game theory. There's a whole bunch of stuff that does play into it that I think is why it's so interesting to a lot of people, because it's a farming game. Like it's a Ponzi. It's known as a Ponzi. Everyone knows it's going to go to zero, but there's some things in it where like you're making moves and trying to be strategic. Like, dude, we went full math nerds yesterday to figure out how to optimize with these fucking things and at what cost do they not become productive anymore. So like there is some level of intelligence to try to game the system, which makes it a little bit more fun.
What was I going to say? Is that's on Abstract?
Yeah, it's on Abstract.
Is Abstract pumping a little bit of capital into that bad boy, make it pretty interesting?
It wouldn't shock me. Obviously not publicly, but the whole team's been supporting it when it launched. They were all posting like the potato meme because everyone got a free potato miner when it started. So there's definitely some support from the team there that I'm like, okay. And that was kind of the big reason I felt comfortable throwing some decent size into it when I did. Was like, okay, if the team's being this supportive of it, it's trading at $1.40. The cost isn't too crazy to basically try to maximize yield. And I saw some decent names posting about it. I was like, all right, this is pretty interesting to me to at least take a swing here and see what'll happen.
Anybody in the audience get into this bad boy early and do well?
A few people have. A few like Bodagos holders and stuff have responded to it and like talked about what they have, shared theirs. Because you could start for free. That's the thing. Like you could have started it for zero cost and just played like initially with like a basic miner. But it's a Ponzi. Like this is going to go to zero above all else.
Hey, Bigcoin, man. Look at that.
It's the future, baby.
A little bit of breaking news. ZKSync has a security issue.
ZKSync does?
It looks like compromised admin account took control of around $5 million worth of ZK tokens. The remaining unclaimed tokens from the ZKSync airdrop. Necessary security measures are being taken.
If you're a ZKSync whale, why? If you're in the audience right now and you have more than $1,000 of ZKSync, let me know. I want to understand the psychology of this. What did you think was going to happen with your ZKSync tokens?
It's zero knowledge like the holders.
Wow.
That's pretty
zero
funny.
knowledge, baby.
We have a little bit of a drop off here.
I don't think anybody in the audience has $1,000 of this coin.
We went from 175 mil to 160. So
why does this need a token? What what makes this thing have $1 billion FTV? I went through the top 100. Okay, there's a $200 like 200 market cap. Decentraland is still at like $1 billion FTV or something like that. Decentraland is 99th by market cap. I was going after the mantra disaster. I went through some of these things and I'm like, what? We have so much just vaporware bullshit in here.
You could going through these and you're asking me like if they could pull the same thing as mantra. I would say like the majority of these I would be like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude, Trump coin is the wild one where it's like
that unlocks this week.
20% of the supply.
Dude, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Maybe they send it.
That was kind of my thought initially. Also, Clemente, this is art.
Is it doing well?
Over 100K.
Oh wow, it went to zero and then it came back.
Literally went to zero.
Literally went to zero.
The art coin?
That one we showed this morning. Dude, these filters cook,
Solana on that.
Just telling you, filters cook. Filters cook.
Yeah. And there we go. Look at this. Trade on BullX. Use Easy's filters. Make money. It's $750.
Oh, did that automatically that went by itself?
100K limit order.
Wow. No, he found it. He said a limit order, but he bought it himself.
I bought myself.
You bought it and then you automatically exited?
Sold 50% at 100%.
Yeah, he had the auto sell strategy play.
That's algorithmic trading.
Bodagos.com/BullX.
That's inherent yield.
I mean, I like that. $750. I mean, Ray, that's gonna pay for some shit.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Good find. Easy. Good conviction, Clemente. I probably don't buy this if I don't see you buy this. at 20 some K. You've been on a heater, so that feels good. That feels good. But yeah, trade on BullX. Use Easy's filters.
Hey, what can I say? Hey, LA Vape, come on, suck my dick.
Whoa.
That's unnecessary.
Very, very violent.
They're living rent free in your head.
Hey, yo, chill, dog. Hey,
Chill.
Everyone
Yo,
watch.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Internet capital Marcus.
Some more quick hitters to run through just to keep you updated before we wrap the show. Magic Eden's kicking off season 2 of their season program. There's going to be an airdrop coming before. So Thursday, little ME token airdrop coming. If you farm season 1, season 2 is going to kick off. Eliza, if you remember that name from the past, the AI token created by Shaw and Shaw's team, they're launching Auto.Fun, a launch pad that looks to compete with Pump.Fun. We also saw KuCoin and Binance experience outages this morning, pausing withdrawals due to AWS issues. And we talked about the SEC delaying Grayscale's Ethereum staking. In terms of tariff wars, China escalated a bit this morning. They halted Boeing jet deliveries to the U.S. And in terms of U.S. and AI, NVIDIA is looking to put plants down in Texas. We're going to have some AI supercomputers coming to the U.S. onshore, which will be a first. Anything you guys want to chat about before we wrap it up today?
I want to let everybody know I caught a big fish in the MicroStrategy covered call universe. Gentleman, great follow. Slept on follow, only has like 8,000 followers. Building his account right now. His name is Hermes Lux, HERMES space LUX. This guy's badass when it comes to trading options. He's coming on my pod tonight at 8 p.m. Really ruining my social life, making me do something at 8 p.m. This guy right here, Hermes Lux, gonna be a fucking hell of a show tonight. Very excited to have him on. He's very against Misty, so it's gonna be interesting to talk to him. He's his position is just sell the covered calls on MSTR. Don't funk around with Misty.
You know he's a MicroStrategy bull when his website on his account is microstrategy.com.
He knows it's the fastest horse. I'm going to talk to him about Robinhood. I'm going to talk to him about Robinhood, Coinbase, Tesla, and GameStop, because those all fetch high options premiums. And I just want to, I'm assuming he'll be a purist and just say stick to MicroStrategy. We'll see. But yeah, let's go.
MicroStrategy purist. You're going to want to tune in for this one. I'm excited about it. I'll be there. I'll be behind the scenes. This is one I'm excited about personally. So if you're thinking about watching TV with your significant other, if you're thinking about curling up on the couch and watching Netflix, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Watch Theo talk to Hermes. This is going to be
The new Black Mirror season, not worth it.
No, skip it.
Oh, no.
Is it really?
It's not good, dude. You know my honest take? Not good.
Oh, no. Well, dude, because they're commercializing a lot of that shit. Netflix might buy the rights to the UFC, which would be quite interesting, because then the UFC will have to admit that their fucking stupid model that they have right now, where you have to buy an ESPN Plus subscription, then pay for every pay-per-view, is so dumb. And then the app
You said it's good, dude. You're smoking crack. Smoking crack.
You guys watch Righteous Gemstones? Supposed to be really good, supposed to be really funny. Danny McBride, Walton Goggins. I'm about to start it.
Uncut Gems?
Righteous Gemstones, not Uncut Gems.
Oh my God.
Where the fuck do you get uncut gems from?
We're up to 1.5K on this art play.
You gotta go
30.
You
That's a
gotta go with
10X
the
live.
ball tingle. If it makes your balls tingle, you buy.
The fuck?
Big winner on the show today. If you want to trade alongside with us, only one place to do it, bodoggos.com/bullx. Start trading today. You can set all these orders. Check out Easy's Twitter. He's got the filters, the alpha that we use to find this gem today. Thank you all for listening. You catch us every weekday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. Catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. Watch us back on YouTube. See our charts in real time. See what we're looking at. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll catch you again tomorrow.